dream I know, deep up my feelings for you.
The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja on Monday set aside a judgment delivered by Justice Nyangeko of a federal high court that ordered the People Democratic Party to allow the participation of the excluded 378 ad hoc delegates in their primary election. Moving on after this, we have the PDP has appealed to voters that they should reject incompetent candidates. My people, please go while about guys, if I will bring the news to you. I welcome you back to my wonderful channel, Reality Latest GC, home of news and politics. Thank you so much for joining us. If today is the first time of watching, kindly subscribe, like, comment, share, but don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop a video. To all amazing subscribers, thank you so much for joining. So guys, let's proceed. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja on Monday set aside the judgment delivered by Justice Nyangeko of a federal high court that ordered the People Democratic Party to allow the participation of the excluded 378 ad hoc delegates in their primary election. So while delivering judgment in a suit brought before the lower court by the aggrieved 378 ad hoc delegates, Justice Nyangeko held that the exclusion of the plaintiff in the February 22 Edo State PDP primary election for the selection of their candidates in the forthcoming governorship election in Edo State was against the party constitution. So he ordered their inclusion in the primary election. However, a three-man panel of the Appellate Court set aside Justice Eko judgment of July 4, 2024 on the ground that the trial court lacked jurisdiction to entertain the suit of the aggrieved delegates in the first place. When I heard that the plaintiff who instituted the suit lacked the necessary legal right to initiate the suit since they were not aspirants seeking political office. So it is only an aspirant that can challenge the primary election of a political party. That is what the panel declared. Now, the Court of Appeal, in agreement with the submission of PDP, who had appealed the judgment of the lower court in a 25-ground appeal, argued that the issue of primary is an internal matter within the political party, and as such, outside the jurisdiction of any court. They went ahead to declare that a primary election is an internal affair of any political party. Hence, the grievances of the plaintiff cannot be entertained by any court, as they are not contesting political office but selected to only participate in the selection of a candidate for the party. My people, you guys can record that three aggrieved ad hoc delegates, Kevin Mohammed, Gabriel Okudua, and RI0USLY, sued the PDP on behalf of themselves and 378 other delegates over their exclusion in the February 22 primary election that produced Dr. RI0USLY as the candidate to represent PDP in the forthcoming gubernatorial election in Edo State, scheduled for September 21st, 2024. So they have asked the court to determine, among other things, whether their exclusion from the said primary was not in breach of the party constitution. They also urged the court to order the PDP to allow their participation in the poll if the question raised for determination were in their favor. Justice Eko, delivering judgment in the suit mark FHC/APJ/CS/165/2024, said the primary failed to comply with Section 82 of the Electoral Act 2022, that the guidelines for the conduct of the poll, and Article 53 of the party constitution. So he held that a PDP must comply with their constitution, maintaining that parties are bound by Constitution of Nigeria, the Electoral Act, and their own constitution and guidelines. So he held that where a party acts contrary to the provision of the law and the guidelines that they have enacted for themselves, such action will be declared invalid. The court held that the case of the plaintiff merited justice, thereby they ordered the PDP not to exclude them from the February 22 primary election. But consequently, they find out that the case of the plaintiff succeeded on the merit upon a preponderance of evidence as required by the law. A clear declaration is hereby made that, by virtue of the provision of Article 53 of the Constitution of the second defendant, as amended in 2017, the plaintiff, together with the other lawful elected delegates whose name and election results appear on Exhibit BID 8A to 8L herein, are the lawful elected ward Congress delegates in their respective ward, and by virtue of which the defendant cannot exclude them from participating as three ad hoc ward delegates at the governorship primary election of Edo State, slated for the 22nd of February 2024 or any other date. So now there's an order hereby made directing the defendants who are bound by the provision of Section 82 of the Electoral Act 2022 and Article 53 of the Second Defendants Constitution, as amended in 2017, to abide by the outcome of the 3 ad hoc delegate World Congress of February 4th, 2024, at which the plaintiff and the other 378 delegates whose name and election result appeal on Exhibit 8A to 8L be elected, and to allow the plaintiff and the 375 other lawful elected delegates participate in the primary election of February 22, 2024. Right now, Justice Nyangeko heard that an order of mandatory injunction is hereby made restraining the first, the second, and the third defendant from unlawfully excluding the plaintiff and the other lawfully elected delegates whose name and election result appear on Exhibit 8A to 8L herein from participating as 3 ad hoc ward delegates in the governorship election primaries of the second defendant, slated for 22nd of February 2024 or any other date. So, guys, I would like to know your thoughts, your contributions, your opinions are in our comment section. I would love to hear from you. Moving on to the next one. As the Edo State governorship election slated for September 21st, 2024 draws nearer, the RI0USLY Campaign Management Council on Sunday called on the people of the state not to waste their future by voting for an incompetent candidate. The council made this call at a press conference in Benin City, where the Deputy Director General of the council in charge of media, Olumatis, who briefed journalists, reacted to a statement credited to Senator Adam Toshomole, who alleged that a woman was caught with packs of permanent voters' card in Ovia Federal Constituency. He also alleged that Oshomole, who raised the alarm at an APC governorship rally, challenged Governor Godwin Obaseki and the PDP candidate RI0USLY to bury any thought of ringing the election. So while appealing to Edo people not to repeat the voting pattern that led to the defeat of the former president Goodluck Jonathan to former President Muhammadu Buhari, he noted that the only candidate that could sustain and continue the achievement of outgoing Governor Godwin Obaseki is Brighter RI0USLY. So according to him, the governorship election is fast approaching, and what should be asked of the political party is what they are bringing to the table. So they are telling Edo people as of today that they should not make a mistake, reminiscent of what happened sometimes ago when someone of them believed that Jonathan was not good and they shopped for Buhari. So they are calling on political parties to allow candidates contesting the election to speak for themselves, so that tomorrow they can hold him or her responsible. Olumatis also urged Edo people to critically evaluate the antecedents of political party and their candidate before casting their vote in the governorship election. They are telling Edo people that they should take their time to evaluate the candidate of RI0USLY and Mondobolo. That Edo people have a responsibility today to say to the election ringers that they will not have their way in this election. That is why they are calling on their brothers and sisters living at home and abroad that Edo State is their project. So they cannot bribe mediocrity over merits. So guys, I would like to know your thoughts, your contributions, opinions in our comment section. I would love to hear from you once again. Thank you so much for staying to us. On this note, we have come to the end of today's segment. Till I come your honest. Bye for now.